So today, lesson 87, multiplying algebraic terms. So we have added algebraic terms. We started the other day with collecting like terms, right? And you see that we had x, and x was the variable to the same exponent, so we considered those like terms. And we know that if we add 3x and 2x, we get 5x. Good to go. We know how to add and subtract, right? And if this were minus, then we just have 1x, right? 3x take away 2x is 1x. Okay, good. Well, now what we're going to do today is multiply these algebraic terms. So say that these are 3x times 2x. It either says multiply, or you would know that standing next to each other with no sign between, these are being multiplied. So what you have here is 3 times x times 2 times x. So you multiply the numerical part, the coefficients. 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. Okay? So pretty simple. Let's do some examples and see if we really got this. So first example, negative 3x squared y times 2x times negative 4xy. All right, so I know that I'm multiplying because first of all, it'll say simplify. Sometimes it'll say multiply, sometimes it'll say simplify. But you know that this is being multiplied because you've got everything standing next to each other, no adding and subtracting between the terms. Now, the first thing I would suggest when you're multiplying is look at it and go, okay, is the answer going to be plus or minus? I count 2 negatives. So that's an even number, so I know my answer is going to be plus. Then I multiply the 3 times the 2 times the 4. In any order, it doesn't matter. 3 times 2 is 6, times 4 is 24. And again, negative times negative, positive. You don't need to write the positive, it's indicated. Okay, it's implied. Now, x squared times x times x. Those are all the same, right? Same variable. So I have 2 here, I have 1 implied here and 1 implied here. So if I drew them out, how many x's do I have? X to the 4th. So basically what you're doing with the same variable, you just add the exponents. So 2 plus 1 plus 1, right? Then with the y and y, I have y squared. Okay, so that's your answer to example 1. All right, put example 2 up here. All right, it says to simplify. So I see 1 negative, therefore my answer is going to be negative. 1 is odd, right? Okay, I'm going to multiply the numbers. 2 times 3 is 6. Now, how many a's do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, so a to the 3rd. How many b's do I have? 1, another 1, and 3. So 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. Okay. Turning the page. Now this one is easy to get mixed up, so here's what I'm going to suggest. Oh, hold on. I'm going to show you 2 ways, all right? When you have an expression and it's raised to the 2nd power, you can write that again. Right? Because when something is getting squared, it means it's going to be multiplied out twice, right? Or written twice and then multiplied. So negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. A squared times a squared, 2 plus 2, so a to the 4th. B to the 3rd times b to the 3rd, 3 plus 3 is 6, right? The shortcut, okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to show you the shortcut, is to apply that square to everything inside the parenthesis. Okay, that means negative 3 is getting squared. A squared is getting squared. and b cubed is getting squared. So -3 times -3 is 9. A to the second raised to the second. When we raise a power to a power, we multiply those exponents. So that's a to the fourth. B to the third raised to the second power, b to the sixth. Remember, if you're raising a power to a power, you multiply them. Okay? So it's up to you. You can write it twice and multiply it, or you can apply the exponent to everything, including the coefficient and the variables. Raising a power to a power multiplies them. Okay? So there you have it. Let's do the practice. Stop the tape, do your own practice, and then check your work. Okay, apparently I need to do these and then make some more room. All right, so let me start with A. -3 times -2, +6, x squared, y. Okay, again, two negatives, positive. Okay, for B, 3x to the 2 plus 1, so 3, and y to the third. For C, -6, a to the third, b to the third. D, 20, x to the third, y. E, -x squared, y to the fourth, and we have a -2. Let me make that -2, x to the second, y to the fourth. All right, and here 6m to the fourth n squared. Okay, I'll put G and H and I up here. All right, so G, as you see, will be a negative. 4 times 3 is 12. W to the 1, 2, 3, 4. X to the 1, 2, 3. And Y to the second here. This was an X, this is the Y. Okay. All right, for H, it's going to be positive. 5 times 2 is 10, times 3 is 30. D to the 1, 2, 3, 4, F to the 1, 2, and a G. And the two ways to show I is to apply the 2 to everything inside, or to write it twice and multiply it. Okie doke, gang. Confer with RenWeb. See what your assignment is. Have a great day.